Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
It is resolved to ratify minutes CC 20009, award of contract Jigs and Wheels music performance. So moved, Mr. Mayor.
okay, seconder.
I'll second it, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, that was Deputy Mayor.
Yes.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carried.
It is resolved to approve execution of agreement as attached thereto between the City of Corner Brook and the Irish Descendants to perform at the Jigs and Wheels Festival. So move, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, seconder.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Councilor Chason. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Contraminded? Okay, carried.
It is resolved to ratify minutes CC 20010, support to all mountain bike Atlantic Summit. So move, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, seconder.
Second that. Sorry, Tony.
No problem. No.
Yeah. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Contraminded? Okay,
It is resolved to support the application to host the 2020 Mountain Bike Atlantic Fall Summit. So move, Mr. Mayor.
all in
Go
favor?
ahead. I'll second that.
That one's up. I think we don't, that we got that, so
Oh,
move on to the next one.
Okay. Council and Committee meeting, March the 16th, 2020. It is resolved to ratify minutes CC 20011, approve of agenda. So move.
Okay, seconder there.
I'll second it.
Okay. Thank you, Deputy Mayor there. All those in favor?
Aye.
aye,
Contraminded? Okay, carried. Next.
It is resolved to approve the agenda as circulated at that meeting. So move, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, got that one. Yeah,
Okay.
just the motions are fine.
All right. Thank you. Next one, it is resolved to ratify minutes CC 20013, multi-year capital works fund reallocation. So move, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, seconder on that. Thank you. Yes, we got the Deputy Mayor there. All those in favor?
Aye.
aye,
Contraminded? Carried.
On a motion by Councillor Staben, second by Deputy Mayor Griffin, it is resolved to approve the reallocation of approximately $627,000 of surplus funding from the 2012-14 to 2014-17 multi-year capital works programs toward the combined sewer separation project. Motion carried. So move, Mr. Mayor.
That's all the same one, so that's just the description of the motion, of the minute. Okay, seconder,
So move.
I'll second
second
that.
it,
Councilor Chason,
please.
all those in favor? All those in favor? Anyone in favor? Contraminded? I don't think anyone can disapprove of that agenda. We got that? And the last one?
It is resolved to ratify minutes CC 20015 tax relief plan. So move, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. So a seconder on that one.
Second it.
Second.
Okay, we got Councilor Staben on one of them there. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Contraminded? Excellent. Well, that was the
Mr. Mayor.
way to start a video conference for sure. Thank you very much, Councillor Granter. Okay, next I have a couple of proclamations here to take you through. First, I guess, I'd like to mention that this has been declared Abuse Prevention Month, Child Abuse Prevention Month, and we declared that for the month of April. Very important, of course. And as well, we had a proclamation, I guess, making April 8th, let's talk about, with our kids, about Money Day at the City of Corner Brook. So thank you to those organizations, the Miles for Smiles Foundation and Canadian Foundation for Economic Education. That's excellent. Next up, we've got our annual expenditure report, and I will unmute you, Councillor Staben.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Great to hear everybody's voice. The city requires approval for the 2019 annual expenditure report for gas tax funding. I'm going to just give everybody some background on that, Mr. Mayor.
Absolutely.
As per the requirements of the gas tax funding agreement, each year the city is required to prepare and approve a report showing a full and detailed statement of revenue and expenditures of the city related to gas tax funding on an annual basis. The gas tax funding is a program that started in 2007 and provides annual funding to municipalities for selected capital projects. The funds received in any given year may be spent in that year fully or made available to be spent in future years. In 2019, City had started the year with $1,763,000 available and further received $1,806,000 in gas tax funding, which represents really a total we had in the kitty, $3,569,000. The city did spend $2.524 million on projects, which left a total of $1,087,000 of gas tax funds available for future projects in 2020. The 2019 funding was well utilized on the city's asphalt program. So therefore, Mr. Mayor, be it resolved to approve the 2019 gas tax funding annual expenditure report as attached, and it's all in our package, full financial detail. So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. Okay, would someone like to second that?
Second.
Councillor Carey. Any questions on this item?
That's the audited report, correct?
Yes,
That's the official audit report for our auditors?
Yes.
that is correct. Any other questions there? Now remember, last year, of course, was our double year. That's correct, right, Mr. Park?
That's correct, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, so we don't know what's in store for this coming year. We can only hope that, they would continue with such an arrangement, but that's definitely,
Mr. Mayor,
yes, go ahead.
just for those at home, there's only certain things that we can spend this money on, right?
That's right, yeah, it's, and Mr. Park, can you tell us about those?
Yeah, I don't have an exhaustive list in front of me, but it'll be for green projects. It'll be for road improvement. There will be for some building upgrades and retrofits to, again, make them more greener. And I believe there's some wastewater projects that may be eligible for.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. So all those, I'll take it to the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Counterminded? Okay. Thank you very much. Carried. The next item, Councillor Granter, if you would, please tell us about that.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Two public works, water and wastewater fleet vehicles need to be replaced due to mechanical issues. Two vehicles have been recently taken out of the fleet and need to be replaced. Tender was issued for the supply of two 1.5-ton trucks, and the tender closed on April the 3rd, 2020. All compliant bids are listed below, taxes included. Terra Nova GMC Buick, a total of $82,445.80. Hickman Motors, $87,197.60. Western Toyota, $112,272.20. Hickman Chrysler Dodge Jeep, $87,482.80. And the final bid came in was Hummer Motors Limited for $106,542.90. Proposed resolution be it resolved that Corner Brook City Council award the contract to Terra Nova GMC Buick for the amount of $82,445.80, taxes included, for the supply of 2 new 1/2 ton 4x4 pickup trucks. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So moved.
Okay, would someone like to second that?
I'll second that.
second it.
Thank you, Councillor Chase. Are you too slow at the mark there, Councillor Buckle?
I know.
Okay, any questions on this item? Go ahead.
Mr. Mayor, I assume that the two we've taken out will be going to a public auction.
Mr. Burton? 1 second. I got you muted here. There you go.
That's correct, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Any other questions on this item?
No, just comment, Mr. Mayor, I guess. Got me?
I got you.
Yeah, good. No, I mean, it's just amazing that for 2 pickup trucks with almost identical bid process here, there can be a $25,000 price difference. It's just amazing.
It is. It is. That's why we got to, I guess that's why we go to tender with things.
Absolutely.
Okay, any other questions? Deputy Mayor.
Yeah, no, it's just a comment as well, Mr. Mayor. I too would like, I'm sure everybody around this table would like to go as local as we can for as much as we can, but the gap in the 2 bids is just, you just have to go with the lower one. It's just, wouldn't be able to justify spending that kind of money when we can get it at a much, much cheaper price. I guess that's my comment, sir.
Actually, the difference is close to $30,000 from the highest bid to the lowest bid.
Okay, any other questions?
No?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Counter-minded? Carried. Okay, I have this all-powerful mute button, which is much better than a gavel. But here, now, but I will let you speak. The next item, I guess we have, I believe, is Councillor Chason. Yes, I will unmute you. There you go, Councillor.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Approval of proposed municipal plan development regulations amendment MPDR 19-03 zone change comprehensive residential development area CRDA to residential medium density RMD 701 O'Connell Drive. The background on this is the owners are proposing to construct a single dwelling as the area has recently been serviced with municipal water. The property also has access to municipal sanitary sewer system. There is an existing provincially approved and constructed access onto O'Connell Drive. The proposed use is a single dwelling which is permitted use in the RMD zone. The CRDA portion of the lot is proposed to be redesigned and rezoned as RMD. The proposal is supported by the IMSP Policy 9.4.1, Staging and Development Residential, which addresses small CRDA designations and zones in proximity to existing streets and services. The public hearing scheduled to address both amendments was canceled given that no public comments were received and the advertised timing as per Section 21 of the Urban and Rural Planning Act 2000, URPA. This is the 3rd council reading of 3 readings which are required to approve this amendment. So the proposed motion is, be it resolved that Council of Corner Brook, the first part of it is four different resolutions to this. The first one is approve proposed map amendments MP 19-03 to the City of Corner Brook's Integrated Municipal Sustainability Plan 2012. Do you want me to do them all together, Mr. Mayor, or should I just do one at a time?
No, we can do them all as one motion, I think.
I think we did that last time when we read it.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so that's the first part. Second part is approve proposed map amendment DR 19-03 to the City of Corner Brook's 2012 Development Regulation. Number 3, authorize staff to submit proposed amendments MP 19-03 and DR 19-03 to Municipal Affairs for registration as per Section 24 of URPA. Number 4, authorize staff to submit the amendments immediately following registration released by Municipal Affairs to the Queen's Printer for advertising in the Newfoundland Gazette to finalize the amendment process. I so move.
Okay, thank you. Would someone like to second that motion?
I'll second that, Mr. Mayor.
Councillor Buckle's got in there. He's a little slow on his audio, but he's pretty good with his hand up. Any questions on this item?
One quick question, Mr. Mayor.
Go ahead.
The public consultation, was that scheduled October, November? I can't recall exactly when.
No, more recently. It was redone because there was, if I remember correctly, we had a timing issue with the publication of the paper in the spring, and so we had to re-advertise. And it was very recently. I'm not sure exactly when, but do you recall?
I believe it was a couple weeks ago, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Yeah, it was very recent.
Yeah.
Just one quick question if I can, Mr. Mayor, and follow up. I guess I realized that we didn't have anybody registered for a public consultation. Did we have any type of dialogue at all registered writtenly? And I guess public would probably be because of the existing circumstances we find ourselves in as a country and as around the world, really, I guess.
Yeah. Mr. Charters?
We did not receive any written or phone calls against this proposal. That was the reason the public hearing was canceled. We did not see any objections.
This one too was this is the second time around for this particular one. It's a fairly, I would be surprised if there would be any significant outcome to this from the public, it being fairly, I think, a standard kind of item.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions? I apologize for my video. The sun is setting through council chambers here, so I'm getting a shadow right across my face now. It's really good. I could actually see you guys, but it looks a bit funny. Hey, there's no other... Go ahead.
I was going to say seems to be a glow or halo around your head.
But that's okay. Okay, if there are no other questions, all those in favor?
Aye.
Contraminded? Okay, carried. Next, we have Councillor Buckle. We have an amendment to our infrastructure agreement, I believe.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, on March 16, council approval was granted to staff such that a request could be submitted to the Department of Municipal Affairs and Environment for the amount of approximately $627,000 to cover overages for the combined source separation project. Approval was received on April 8th, 2018 to complete this transaction. So I so move that it be resolved that the council of the City of Corner Brook accept the cost sharing funding as outlined in the Municipal Affairs and Environment Project 17-00125 for $635,045. And the city agrees to provide $190,154 in funding for this project and authorize mayor and city clerk to enter into a funding agreement with the Department of Municipal and Environmental Affairs on behalf of the city of Corner Brook. I so move.
Okay, someone like to second that?
I'll second that, Mr. Mayor.
Any questions on this item? This is we're taking, I guess, a project where we would have to pay 100% of the overages, and we're able to move some of our cost shared money that's been unallocated from a previous multi-year capital fund. Is that correct, Art? Okay, good. So, no other questions? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Minded? Carried. Okay, moving right along. Deputy Mayor. I gotta meet all of you so I can let the Deputy Mayor speak to our purchase and sale agreement on Caribou Road.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll do the background first. Land Management was approached by the owners of 108 Caribou Road, and they requested to purchase city land located adjacent to their current property. The land in question was conveyed back to the city in 1973 and is deemed unviable due to small size. It is resolved to approve the execution of the purchase and sale agreement between the city of Corner Brook and the owners of 108 Caribou Road for city land on Caribou Road. I so move.
Okay.
Second.
Someone like, you got that, Councillor Carey?
Yes, yep.
Okay. Any questions on this item?
No.
No, again, this is what we call, I guess, and it's not, it's something that would be useful, I think, to the proponents only. Is that, Mr. Park?
That's correct, yes. It's non-viable lot, it's not, it can't be developed independently.
Okay, any questions? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Divided? Carried. Next, let's see here. Councillor Staben, you're up.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Can I just make a comment before I start on this one? The reason we may not, for people who are watching the program and say, how come nobody's asking questions? Some of these issues we discussed at a briefing the week before, so we're all very well versed on the issues about each situation. So anyway, let me just say about this one here. The issue is 143 Clarence Street, and the people there have requested to purchase the land from the city. So Land Management was approached by the owners of 143 Clarence Street, and they requested to purchase the city land adjacent to their current property. The land in question was conveyed to the city back in 1969 and is deemed unviable because it would create a flag lot and make 143 Clarence Street a non-conforming situation. Currently, the owners of 143 Clarence Street are maintaining the land, and it has approximately an area of 645 square meters or 6,946 square feet. No plans have been made to develop this land as of yet. Therefore, Mr. Mayor, the motion is be it resolved to approve the execution of the purchase and sale agreement between the city of Corner Brook and the owners of 143 Clarence Street for the city land on Clarence Street. So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. Would someone like to second that motion?
I'll second that motion, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Any questions on this one?
Yeah, one question, Mr. Mayor. As it was just stated, that the piece of property will be non-conforming when it's added to the current property. The non-conforming piece, that means that you couldn't build a house on it, but could the owners build like a garage or a shed or something on their property as opposed to another residence?
Mr. Charters?
Once it's consolidated, I'm not sure if they would be able to build it out front of their current property. It's currently used for an access only, so I don't think that would be the case, but I would have to look into that further for a definite answer.
Okay, thank you.
Any questions there?
No, it's good.
Okay. Okay. So all those in favor of this sale,
Aye.
Aye.
are reminded? Okay, carried. Next, we have a notice of motion for taxi regulations. Councillor Carey, if you'd walk us through this, please.
Mr. Mayor, it's a notice of motion taxi regulations 2018. In accordance with section 39 of the City of Corner Brook Act, the notice of motion is required for the amendment, repeal, or passing of bylaws, regulations of the City of Corner Brook. Whereas section 229 of the City of Corner Brook Act 1990 authorizes council to make regulations fixing the number of taxis in the city, requiring that operators of taxis have licenses to operate in the city, and fixing a fee to be paid for the license, fixing fares to be paid setting standards for taxis, and authorizing and assigning stands for taxis and for the erection and maintenance of the stands. At the public council meeting on April 27th, 2020, the following motion will be brought forward for consideration. Pursuant to the powers vested in it by virtue of section 229 of the City of Corner Brook Act 1990 and all other enabling powers, the council of the City of Corner Brook hereby amends section 10, taxi regulations 2018, and thereby extends the year 2020 renewal period for taxi relicensing for a period of up to 90 days past April 30th, 2020. I so move, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you very much. And of course, that's just a notice of motion, so we won't debate that now. We'll put it forward at the next public meeting. So thank you very much. Okay, and the next item, Councillor Staben, we have some rental relief requests.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I guess the issue at hand is COVID-19. The Corner Brook Civic Centre has been closed to the public since March the 15th, and the tenants of the building have not been able to occupy their respective spaces. One of the tenants has requested rental relief for the period of closure. So just to give everybody some background on that, Mr. Mayor, as I just stated, on March the 15th, the city closed the Corner Brook Civic Centre. On March the 18th, 2020, the Provincial Chief Medical Officer of Health declared a public health emergency as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. As a result of these measures, the tenants of the Corner Brook Civic Centre have been unable to continue their operations. A request was received from one of the tenants requesting rental relief during the closure due to the pandemic. The monthly rent for all the tenants at the Civic Centre is $9,856. The monthly rent for the Corner Brook Curling Club is $1,836, and that was for their portion that they paid for the winter, which ended on April the 15th, 2020. Therefore, Mr. Mayor, the motion is, be it resolved to approve rent relief to tenants for the Corner Brook Civic Centre from mid-March until the Civic Centre is able to open again to the public. So moved.
Okay, thank you. Seconder on that motion? Oh, sorry, I got you all muted. 1 second. Okay, go ahead. Who is who?
Second.
Who wants to speak? Put your hand up.
I think Linda had it first.
Okay, go ahead, Councillor Chason. Oh,
No, I
sorry,
second.
seconded. Okay, was there any questions on this one?
Are we going to do the second part of that motion, Mr. Mayor?
We have,
Yes,
two motions
yes.
forward here. Okay, so on the Civic Center rental relief, I guess, any questions or comments?
No.
No? Okay. Okay, put the question there. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Counterminded? Anyone counterminded? I missed the, no? Okay, carried. And Councillor Staben?
Yep, so thank you, Mr. Mayor. So be it further resolved to approve rent relief to the Cornerbrook Curling Club from mid-March until April the 15th, 2020. And I think the amount was $1,836. So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, is there a seconder for that?
Second, Mayor.
Yes. Okay, any questions on this item? Yes, go ahead, Councillor Staben.
Yeah, no, it's not a question, but just an observation. When we first discussed this last Monday, I tell you, to be very truthful about it, I was somewhat concerned. I think that their year was over and that this was money that they had spent and that we had given them. But upon further reflection and thinking about it, I think if they're under great duress, their light bill is really high now, and if we can do anything to help the curling crowd to keep curling going for another year or two, I guess we should probably do it. So I've sort of changed my mind on that from the last week or so. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Other questions or comments on this one? I have questions, Mr. Park. I guess, did we hear from the curling club at all? Were they looking for rent relief?
I haven't received a formal request from them, but I have had some communication with them in regards to some other matters, but not specifically regarding rent relief.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no.
Councillor Staben.
Yeah, no, I guess, Mr. Mayor, this will be a credit for next year, next year's operation, I presume. Is that the way we're going to handle this?
I guess we could, if we make that as part of the motion. What do you say, Mr. Park?
Actually, part of the discussion I was having with the curling club is them finalizing paying all their final bills there now for this year. So there are still some amounts outstanding that they were actually looking to finalize this week. So if we provide this adjustment to them for this year, that'll actually make it clean for both groups.
Mr. Mayor, my
Agreed.
understanding is,
Sorry, go ahead, Councillor Carey.
my understanding is they had events scheduled up to March the 25th and they had to postpone them.
Yes, Councillor Buckle.
So,
Go ahead, Councillor Buckle.
okay, just wondering, and Mr. Park maybe can answer this. Each year we have a increase in our at the Civic Center for hockey ice time rental up there. Now, is that added on to the curling club too?
I
Do you
believe
have a percentage?
I'd have to check the agreement, but I believe there's a CPI increase in the curling club agreement as well.
Okay,
But it's a separate agreement.
Correct.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, so all those, and the second motion, all those in favor of rent relief for the curling club, say aye.
Aye.
Councillor Buckle? Okay, carried. Well, thank you very much. Now, one thing I guess I did want to provide the public a little bit of an update here, just on a few things with regard to our services here at City Hall. Many of our services are still ongoing. The only disruption you will see is, no public access directly in face-to-face. So our buildings are closed, of course, but many of our services are available online or through telephone. So please get in touch. We are constantly sort of updating our COVID-19 page on our website, and you'll see a very comprehensive list there shortly about what is available and how to avail of it. We have, there's a few things that I would like to give people some information on. The parks and areas are open, but playground areas have been cordoned off. We are still doing curbside waste collection pretty much as normal. But I do understand that drop off at Scotia Recycling and at Wild Cove has been suspended for residential right now. Our annual cleanup that happens later this month will have to be deferred, and we'll be updating, the public on a later date. Our water and sewer services are continuing on, so our drinking water is continually tested, and we are making our fixes as necessary, providing, services that we have to provide. As well, our public works crews are doing road maintenance. The big difference over at our depot is that our staff are being deployed from home, and again, as a safety measure for them. Our fire department, of course, our response is not impacted. However, we are taking measures at the fire hall, and we are not accepting any public visitors, of course. Work is still continuing on some capital projects, including the Jubilee Field Clubhouse project. Our enforcement services are only responding to animal calls on a case-by-case emergency basis, but they are doing, patrols of our trails at our parks to ensure that there is, no overcrowding and there is social distancing measures being adhered to. We'll continue to sort of monitor that. Our transit services are still continuing. There is some restrictions on that, however. We're limiting, to access through the rear door, only, limited number of people. I think we're currently only providing 4 or 5 people at a time. I've got to check with Mr. Charters on that. Hold on, I gotta unmute you. There you go. It's 4?
4 people, yes.
4, okay, thank you. As well, we're shutting down between 12 and 1 for cleaning. And it's important to note, people ask why transit is still running. For a number of people in our community, of course, transit is essential for them to get to their critical medical appointments, to get their groceries and things like that. So that's why transit is running. And we've heard loud and clear from our community supporting groups that this is an important service to continue. The council will continue to meet virtually like this, and in publicly, of course, we'll continue to do this. And thank you for your patience while we navigate through this weird time and through the technology challenges. But thank you. Permits and inspections will continue, though modified somewhat. Again, please get in touch. We are still taking building permits, and we are sort of working through our building permits and inspections. Business services. If you need some information on, our tax relief and our tax holiday, please be in touch. business@cornerbrook.com. You can find that information on our webpage as well. There are about 250 businesses that should qualify for a tax holiday in light of this of the COVID-19 outbreak. On the subject of taxes, of course, we are providing, some interest relief on this year's tax bill for both commercial and residential property owners. Again, please get in touch. There's information on our website. And if you need to pay your tax bill, there are ways to do that as well online. We have, some comprehensive information on our webpage about paying via phone or telephone through your bank, that kind of thing. Other than that, I know there's a lot of information there. these days. I guess I can still encourage you to call in if you have any concerns or complaints or inquiries or issues with roads or infrastructure and things like that to our 637-1666 number. That is still continually manned 24/7. And of course, call 637-5000 for any general inquiries, and we'll make sure you get in touch with the staff you need to get in touch with, because of course we're on a skeleton crew in the building here itself. So yeah, that's my mouthful. I'm just going to just open it up here for a second. Councillor Chason, you had something you wanted to add?
Yeah, just a comment, I guess, Mr. Mayor, that our same rules apply this year as other years. Shoveling snow right now on the street and sidewalks. I'm seeing a good bit of it happening, and it's sort of interfering with people who are trying to walk, because we are allowed to be out walking, and it's something that's encouraged. But there's a lot of snow going on our streets and our sidewalks from people shoveling.
Yep. And I guess now this time of year, of course, people are trying to melt that snow in their front yard as fast as they can. But please don't obstruct the sidewalks or streets. Thank you. Yes, Councillor Staven, go ahead.
Yeah, just two quick comments, Mr. Mayor. I want to thank staff, for instance, and Mr. Burden for the huge gravel picked on Forest Side Road next to Dennis GM's, which they filled up at immediate request, really, and that was great to see it. But I'm just wondering if we had any uptake yet on the tax relief, and wonder if Mr. Park can give us a quick update on that as to how we're making out with that.
Yeah, I'm just looking for the latest file here now. Off the top of my head, we had about 35 businesses that had been approved the last I had seen it. So we had initial high uptake from the first few days, and then it's definitely petered out a little bit now. So we definitely encourage businesses to submit that application. It's a very simple one-page application, and submit that and send it in, and we'll process it from there.
And as I said, I think there's possibly up to 250 businesses that could avail of this tax relief for 2 months at a maximum of $500 per month. And it's, if you've already paid your taxes, remember, you can still get it as a credit on your 2021 tax bill.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I think we got to keep plugging away at that one.
Thank you. Absolutely. Councillor Carey, here you go.
Mr. Burden wanted to make a comment as well, I believe, Mr. Mayor. I saw him waving there. Can you clarify, did you say that something about spring cleanup?
Yes, we usually do a spring cleanup now coming up, but I'll pass it over to Mr. Charters to talk about. There you go.
Yep. Typically, we have a couple weeks in May where folks can put bulk waste out by the curb and people can go through that. And also we would have the collection by our solid waste removal company. They have expressed some concerns about that, given the fact that there's more surface area, potential contamination. It's usually done in hand loading teams, so that would be difficult to maintain physical distancing. So at this point, we're going to postpone it, not cancel it, and we'll reevaluate on a monthly basis.
Okay.
Yeah, that clarifies, Mr. Mayor. I'm glad we're doing that, actually, because a lot of municipalities are asking, I guess, what's going to happen, what are other municipalities doing, and I'm glad to see that we're postponing it, not canceling it completely. One other comment that if I can, Mr. Mayor, and you alluded to that the transfer stations, I guess, within waste management, if I can for a minute, have been closed to public drop-off. And I guess that was necessary because of COVID. And I'm glad that you raised it, Mr. Mayor, to restrict the access that was going to the site. Because what we were seeing was there were a number of individuals that were cleaning up around their properties and cleaning up around their sheds. And we've seen increased traffic flows at the site. So I guess to restrict the traffic flows and to conform with what was being recommended provincially in terms of social distancing and only 5 people limited to site, the only way that we could do that was to restrict public access completely. So I'm glad you raised it. And I'm glad that the general public, I guess, that are now listening in, that was the rationale behind it.
Thank you. Is there any thought to potentially, I guess, I know that, like you mentioned, there are a lot of people, I think, are taking this opportunity to do some work around the house. Because we shouldn't be leaving our properties unnecessarily, of course. Is there any thought, I guess, to coming up with some way that we can, you know, I guess, provide that access at some point? Or I guess you'll reevaluate as time passes?
Sure, and I guess the board will certainly reevaluate it, Mr. Mayor, as time passes. But for the short term, we have to conform with what the recommendations are from the province, particularly the chief medical officer, with trying to restrict the social distancing, or respect the social distancing, I guess, and restrict the number that have access to the site. And that's really the rationale behind it. I know the board will revisit most of the decisions that it makes, I guess, as will council, on a monthly basis as we move forward with additional information from the province and additional measures that the province may or may not put in or even lift at some point in time.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, Donnie, you had something there. Sorry, go ahead.
Just really quick, Mr. Mayor, to follow up on Councillor Chasson's point about the snow on the sidewalk and the curb. We asked this year that the residents not do that. Starting Monday, we will be starting our spring cleanup, road cleanup, sand cleanup, that kind of stuff from the winter, a little earlier than we typically start. But a lot of our equipment is single operator use, so we're able to safely put out our equipment to start street sweeping and sidewalk sweeping and that kind of stuff.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you. Okay, Deputy Mayor, then Councillor Granter.
Yeah, Darren, the sanitizing the buses, city buses, will that affect schedule?
A little bit, but in consultation with the operators, they felt that that was a low time during the day from about 11 till 12, in that range. They're going to adjust it if they see a need to reopen, but yeah, there will be no service during that time.
Okay, so the schedule that's listed on our website, would that be adjusted to accommodate that?
Other than that period, it will be the same. So yeah, we can put, that's a good point. We can update that on our websites. However, it is on all the buses and at the transfer station as well.
Thank you.
Yep, we can do that.
Just to be clear, is it 12 to 1 that it's not running, or?
I believe it's 12 to 1, yes.
Okay, excellent.
I'll confirm that.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Okay, Councillor Granter, go ahead.
Yeah, just a follow up to Mr. Burden in the street cleaning. We ordered 2 new pieces of equipment this year to put in service with the issues we had last spring and the early winter the previous year, and then all the leaves on the ground and in the streets in last spring. So are those 2 pieces of equipment arrived, and are they in service, or will it be in service shortly?
Oops, go ahead there, Donnie.
Yeah, one piece is here, ready to go in service. The other piece shouldn't be a whole lot longer, and will be in service within a couple of days of it arriving.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and Mr. Park is raising his hand. Let's see. Go ahead. Oops, there you go.
Sorry, just wanted to follow up to Councillor Buckle's question in regards to the increases for the curling club. So I was able to look up the agreement here, and there is a CPI adjustment each year for the curling club on their rent.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, and I guess last but not least, Councillor Buckle, I don't know if you have anything to add?
No, I'm just busy checking out the rabbits and my chickens, that's all. And happy Easter to everyone.
There you go. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you all for your patience over this period. Yes, Councillor Carey.
Yeah, I think you're going to raise it now, Mr. Mayor, which is just the social distancing and isolation. So go ahead. I think you're going to raise it now.
There you go. Perfect. That's a great segue. So again, I think that we've seen our first, I guess the first couple of cases in a while identified here in our area. And of course, we know and what we've been told by Dr. Haggie and Dr. Fitzgerald that there are likely many others out there. So the important thing for all of us, of course, is to stay at home as much as possible. You have to go public outside of your home. Make sure you stay in your bubble. You don't burst anyone else's. So that means keeping your 6-foot distance, limiting your trips to the grocery store and places where you're going to have to encounter other people, of course, and just really stay safe. And if you have any symptoms at all, please stay home. So everyone, thank you. I think Corner Brook is doing a great job overall. Of course, we can always do better, and we have to continue to do better for the foreseeable time. So thank you all very much. Stay sane, stay safe. Get out for a walk now. We have nice weather, and stay tuned. And we'll keeping business going here. So stay safe, and thank you very much.
Take care.